Hey guys, let's do a quick little energy update for the current astrology that's happening right now. I took a little bit of a break and, I've been definitely looking forward to coming back because a lot of the energy that was happening prior to several of these changes now have sort of led up to particular changes that have needed to take place in order to get to this point. There have been sort of these boundaries and sort of shutting out particular energy that has not quite been in alignment for us moving forward. That's not to say that, we're painting anything out to be like something bad or something good or something not good enough or however you want to look at that, but there has definitely been a lot of oppositional energy in a certain way. And now that we come into a much clearer space and clear mind of thinking, we're able to sort of shut out a lot of the noise or a lot of the disruptions and misinterpretations and things like that that have sort of led to this place, this work that has needed to take place. And so I just kind of wanted to do a little energy update. We're gonna go ahead and get into some of the messages for the day. Now, as you guys know, Pluto is getting ready to go direct in the sign of Capricorn. And there have been some very significant shifts that had to take place in order to get to this point. Ten of Swords card here, which is a very strong card when it comes to transformation, let's just say. Pluto and Capricorn, especially as a Capricorn rising, this is in our first house of self. So we've had to put in a lot of work and even allow ourselves to go a little bit into the depths of the darkness or in the underworld in order to seek and find proper information and more of a internal sense of knowing regarding relational aspects that are happening in our life in a way that is conducive to the growth and the change and the desire that is necessary in order to really harness and work with a particular energy. There has been a lot of this sort of drive and ambition coming from like another source or like another party, things of that nature. We do have the Emperor card here at the bottom of the deck, which does represent the self, Aries energy, or the North Node in Aries. And so at this time, you could definitely be finding yourself in a place where you have come to terms with a lot of the things that are happening externally to you, especially in regards to the South Node energy, where you've had to kind of allow yourself to release and let go of a lot of things that have kind of plagued you in a particular way for quite some time. For me personally, I mean, it was for several years that I had to kind of go through this massive awakening and then also to like growth and expansion for myself on an energetic level and, through knowledge and information and things like that. So we do have the Ace of Swords card here, which is very significantly different from this Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords do represent endings, tens do represent closings or letting go. And then we have the Six of Cups card here, which is a very beautiful sign. The Six of Cups represents, exchanges of energy.
I got you flowers because you're having a bad day. Not bad. So, flowers.
And also knowing that you are supported and loved and appreciated on a very authentic level. So with the Six of Cups card here and the Eight of Wands as well, also known as the Arrows of Love, there's a lot of passion and a lot of drive and determination that happens on a day-to-day basis that a lot of you guys probably don't see. But a lot of this driving force into the underworld, especially at this time as we are going through this very significant change or things just needing to be sort of worked through and adapted through as we work and get through this very South Node energy month. There are times where you have to just kind of allow yourself to, for one, take a deep breath and release and let go, because you also come to realize that there are things that are sometimes a lot bigger than you, obviously, that are out of your control. And the best thing to do is kind of make peace with a lot of that energy as we kind of get into a space where our relational aspects in our life become a lot more important. So as I've talked about a lot throughout this year, I've spoken a lot about like working on yourself, putting yourself first, doing the thing that is best for you. For me, a lot of that has been like going to the gym, eating right, dieting, taking time out for myself, really focusing in on like the aspirations and the work that is necessary in order to keep growing and flowing with the universe. allowing myself to be consistent on a day-to-day basis in regards to change, especially in particular. A lot of this energy kind of like sparked that back in the month of March and April during the last eclipses. So for 6 months, I've pretty much been like very much like go, go, go because of the desire to just almost get away from my past in a certain way. Not that like, you know, I'm not grateful for it at all, but like for me, it was very cathartic and I needed to go through this very cathartic kind of experience for quite some time, and I'm still going through that, and I probably will be for the next several months, all the way through the winter and then into the new year. So I just kind of wanted to touch base a little bit with you guys in regards to a lot of my own experience and stuff like that with the Ace of Swords card here, coming into a space of authenticity and allowing yourself to be most honest and like most real with yourself, basically, right? So a lot of this energy right now, especially with the trine to Mars and also Jupiter as well, 10 of Coins card here, is very significant. We also have the Magician card again. The Magician does represent Gemini, so Jupiter and Gemini, 10 of Coins card here, abundance. This also represents wealth, money, prosperity, growth, and expansion, all the things that Jupiter represents. I am definitely getting that right now, especially at this time. The more that you kind of focus on the intentions that you have, everything is working out for you and in the best way possible, as long as you have the right intentions behind it. So I know that a lot of times people can get a little bit triggered by like information or some sort of like perspective that they themselves have because of their own thinking and things like that, which is very much what the Magician represents here, is like information, with Mercury now in the sign of Scorpio entering in on October the 13th. But there is going to be a very deep internal sort of transformative way of looking at things and accepting things externally to you. So the more that you can come into a space here with the 10 of Swords in regards to like letting go of things that may have either triggered you or have kind of skewed information or have kind of influenced you in a particular way when it comes to like things that maybe you're not necessarily quite, I don't know, okay with or whatever that may be, just understand that like that's not there for you to judge. That energy and that way of like doing things is there for you to either kind of take note of and like learn from, or just accept for what it is and then move on. So with the Magician card here, this is using all of the tools on the table in order to manifest and really tapping into like a space for yourself where you feel that like you are connected to particular relationships or friendships or people in a certain way that are essentially like complementary to you in some way, shape, or form, that is leading you down a new path of desire and hopes and dreams and things like that. I don't mean to sound like whatever when I say like dreams, but essentially, you know, like everything does start from a place of imagination. That's why imagination is so strong. There's a quote by, I think it's Albert Einstein, I'm not 100% sure, but he said that you know, knowledge only goes so far, but imagination encircles the world or something like that, which is very much the energy that we're kind of developing in a sense, because the North Node is entering into Pisces next year. And you really want to tap into that when it comes to like being able to say to yourself that you can go with the flow of the energy of the times and the space that you have with clarity, so that you can essentially like not grapple with the energy in a certain way. Yeah, 5 of Cups card here at the bottom of the deck, and kind of just allow for things to play out in the best way that the universe has for you, because essentially everything is pretty much like divinely guided in a way, though there are, you know, ways to definitely tap into the energy even more so when it comes to like, you know, doing the thing that is best for you in regards to like working with the energy for yourself, you know, depending on your houses and things like that, and where the energy is sort of, you know, working for you. Like for me, for instance, the Sun in Libra, very interesting. Queen of Coins card here at the bottom of the deck. The Sun in Libra is in my 10th house of career. And again, with the High Priestess here, Pisces energy, North Node in Pisces next year. So we're coming up to the moon entering into Pisces at the end of this week. And I know that this week has been really tough for a lot of people. And that's why I say, like, the best thing to do is just kind of like take a little bit of a step back and just kind of center yourself, ground yourself, stay kind of committed to the projects or the plans or the creativity that you have for yourself in regards to what is bringing you a level of like inspiration or some level of like drive or hope, you know, because honestly, people need that right now. Yeah, 5 of Coins card here at the bottom of the deck, while also giving yourself some time to not overdo anything either, and, you know, kind of be in acceptance of things as well. So, you know, just work with the energy for yourself, especially at this time. We do have the Ace of Wands card here, which does represent a spark, drive, passion, desire, things along those lines. Feel good about yourself, you know what I mean? The more confidence that you have and the more light that you can shine on other people, the more that it kind of also helps like the other side of things where you're also being filled, like your cup is being filled as well. I know that sounded kind of bad for a second, but you know what I mean? Like, it's filling your cup too. So the more that you can kind of connect with like things that are inspiring for you, especially at this time. 4 of Cups card here, where you're not necessarily like waiting for things to show up randomly and it's like, oh, I didn't really want to hear that, or I didn't really want to connect with that, but yet I was bored and I did. Instead, like, find something that is passionate for you, and then like when the right things do come up or the things that you feel connected with, like connect with those things and then kind of make a move based on that level of like inspiring notion or inspiration, let's just say. So we do have the Judgment card here, which does represent choices, decisions, taking action, and also very Jupiterian energy with Jupiter and Gemini. Everything is a bit mental right now when it comes to the mind and a level of expression. So depending on like your vibration and what you're connecting with, like if you connect with bad things or people that, or things that just kind of don't make sense for you, or they're not really giving you the right kind of information in a certain way, keep in mind that that does lower your frequency when you're kind of like going up against the grain, or you're feeling like, oh, I didn't really get, you know, something informative about this message in a certain way. Like, it does tend to like lower your frequency, and you want to stay on a high vibration. You want to stay on a high frequency because there is such a kind of low vibe happening also in the world. But the more that you can kind of like raise your frequency, stay on a high frequency, do things that you love, do things that inspire you, do things that make you feel good, stay creative, stay in a space where you feel that you're connected to, you know, particular goals or plans or relationships and people that are kind of in tune with you or have the same kind of approach with you, or just are simply supporting you and backing you up, the better. Because essentially there's a lot of kind of like very, you know, unstable energy in a certain way, and you just want to be able to kind of remove yourself at times. It's almost like watching the news too much, right? It's like, I chose to not watch the news a long time ago, but of course, you know, on a collective scale, there are times where I'm like, okay, what's going on, right? But at the same time, like, you want to make sure that you're not getting consumed by information that is not helping you grow on a spiritual or vibrational level. So stay on a high frequency. So I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm just saying, just in case, like if there's too much information and stuff like that, that can kind of seem like it's throwing things off in a certain way. Just remind yourself to ground and like center yourself so that you're not kind of being thrown off by these scales right now that are just kind of swinging all over the place. Okay. So I'm sending you so much love, and stay strong out there. We do have the 10 of Coins card here. Stay ambitious, stay focused on your goals and your desires. And I'm sending you so much love. Again, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.